Hey, and welcome back to the Rick and Daffs podcast. I'm Daffs.
And I'm Rick.
And as always, we are here unscripted and raw.
It's episode 4.4.
Yeah.
Ways to improve the American wedding.
I'm really excited for this one.
Me too. Especially because it'll be a nice bookend to our Ways to Improve funerals. Although maybe it's the prequel that people were waiting for.
Yeah. Depending.
Hopefully it's not a Star Wars type scenario where everyone is horribly disappointed. I hope you all enjoyed our last episode.
I got to fight some kings.
Fighting Kings, Daffs Fights, English Kings. You fared decently.
Decently.
I think it took you a while to figure it out. Although I think I need to do some tweaking to the scale of kings.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been doing some research, and I think there's a way that I can. I've been putting the scale through some focus groups. I think that we can improve it. Stacy, a very harsh judge on you.
She is the Simon Cowell.
Yeah, she's a Simon Cowell. I'm more of the Paul Abdul.
Yeah.
I was just on lots of drugs. Everything sounded great to me.
Yep. It's all music, man. It's all music. Yes, we get it, Paula. It's all music. That's how we're here.
Well, I mean, what do you expect when her last hit was like 1985?
All right.
So, much like her, I was just living off of that.
Chasing that dream.
Chasing the dream. So, but I think we definitely need to have Stacy back on because I think you need somebody to really try and come after you. And I'm too soft. I'm too kind.
Need someone to bust my chops.
Yeah, exactly. We need that element to get the drama up. Get the drama. Okay, and I mean, we haven't said it in a long time, but we probably should remind people that we are on Stitcher.
We are on Stitcher. We're on Podbean.
YouTube now.
Yeah, that has made a huge difference, I will say. Being on YouTube and being able to share a video or a link that you really like has been instrumental.
Also on iTunes as well.
And Google Play.
And Google Play Music. Yeah, there's 5 places you can find us.
So no excuse, Mom.
Yeah. She doesn't listen, though.
She doesn't. I found out. I've been talking to her, making in-jokes this whole time. She does not give a crap about my podcast.
Was she just being kind and laughing, and you thought that she believed, was watching or listening, and now you know the truth?
I just assumed that she would introduce me, and this is my son, Daffs, the podcast guy. Also, he does nursing sometimes.
That would be the crowning achievement for her.
Yeah, but apparently, no. That doesn't even list my top 5 achievements.
If it makes you feel any better, I don't think my mom knows how to access a podcast. Despite the fact that she owns a Mac and has iTunes, I don't think that it would be possible for her to do it.
But everyone loves your mom. Your mom is so sweet.
Well, I've never met your mom, so I can't
You've
comment.
met my mom twice now. Lasting impressions, Joyce Brantner. You won't hear this. You don't know.
I'm sorry, Daff's mom. I don't remember meeting you. I'm sure it was very pleasant. At least I don't remember. Oh, her. Yeah, I remember that. Terrible experience. So, now is probably a good time to just get going. This is going to be a classic Rick and Daff's episode.
This is very off the cuff.
We're just jamming on something.
I haven't even seen Rick's list for ways to improve the wedding.
The lists are separate. There's going to be some surprises.
I'm excited to see how many we have the same of, though.
I also am curious to see that. But what I meant was by old school is not only is it unscripted and raw, which almost every episode is elements of unscripted and rawness.
Yeah.
But there's not going to be any other fluff to this.
No.
There might not even be a news story.
Probably
it's just going to be just jamming on this weddings topic.
Strap in, get comfortable,
Buckle
because this
up.
could be a long Rick and Daff's
Who knows what's
episode.
about to unfold? I almost envy you, listener, on the cusp of a great journey. I can already tell this is going to be a great episode. We got high energy. We've been yammering on for almost 5 minutes. Haven't even started the show.
Yep, classic.
It's classic Rick and Daffs. So, Daffs, ways to improve the American wedding. Let us first say that this is not about the happy couple.
No. Okay, I don't want anyone to get halfway through this episode and be like, oh, but how are we making it better for them?
It's not.
It's their wedding, and weddings are not for the bride or groom. They're for everyone else. Otherwise, you'd just ask for money and elope.
That's what I would have liked to have done.
We thought about it too.
Here's the other thing. It's not like it's going to be worse for them per se. It's just going to be so much better for everyone involved. And by American wedding, we're just thinking the traditional people who get married in a church. There's a ceremony, and then we all eat cake and dance
And have a
after.
little reception afterward.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, do you know the average price of an American wedding today?
I'm gonna guess $10,000.
You are woefully low. And
Woefully low.
Woefully
I thought that
low.
was woeful. I thought that was high.
No,
Is it
no,
like
because
25.
Oh,
What
it's more than 25
What?
because you're including food for the guests, you're including the venue, you're including the wedding dress itself, which can be $5,000 by itself.
Okay. I didn't think of the dress element.
That
of
is
it.
a huge element. Yeah. Renting tuxes.
Okay, but here's the thing about. Do you ever notice, like, this is an old Seinfeld joke? Why are all the men dressed the same? That's because we're really all interchangeable.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, the guy gets scared, he runs out. The best man, he looks exactly the same, generically dressed. Just pop him in there, get that wedding going.
Yep. The national average cost of a wedding day in 2016 shot up to $35,300, according to a survey by The Knot. The
Does
Knot
that-
is the big
But
wedding
does that count?
website.
Does that count? Does that count like outliers who are spending like hundreds of thousands of dollars? Is
It
that
counts
counting?
everyone. It's the average wedding.
If we count, I'm gonna go a little statistics on you. If we like use our bell curve, like, and we cut out those big outliers like on one side or the other, I wonder what the average would be. It would come down significantly, I'm sure.
It might come down significantly, but for everyone like that, you have people who are just getting married in like a courthouse and doing a small ceremony at home.
True. Yeah, but those people aren't probably using the knot.
Maybe not. Oh. Gonna be getting me off to a good start. There's already a pun unintended. All right. But yeah.
I just listened, by the way, to that episode where you just keep saying egg like jokes.
Oh.
And I was like retroactively still annoyed. And then at the end of that, I just say that somebody should punch you, and then that's the end of the episode. Possibly one of our best episode endings of all.
Yep. Agreed.
Okay, Daphs, give me one of your things off of the list.
All right.
Ways to improve the American wedding.
So usually weddings have some kind of little giveaway or like a doggy bag to take home, for the guests.
Oh yeah.
There's some-
In my scenario, the gifts are going to way improve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For this one, they're going to improve, but for some, not for others. So you don't automatically get anything for showing up, okay? Those days are gone. Instead, I'm going to go with a Rick favorite. We're going to have a prize wheel.
I love the prize wheel. I also wrote down prize wheel.
All right, that's one. Mark that on the board.
I just love. That's going to be a common theme for me. I just love a good prize wheel, especially a good prize wheel that doesn't have all prizes on it.
Well, that's the thing. So in order to make it be fair, let's say fair is the word, for the couple, you can't have like a $5,000 prize that you might win, right? But having one on there might draw more people to your wedding to give you gifts. So you also have punishments on the prize wheel. Like, guess what? You're also going to chip in $45 for the flowers for this wedding. Or you're
I
going to
thought it was going to be you get to stay after and help clean up.
I was just thinking that. You're going to be stacking chairs in the auditorium.
There's bouncers just making sure that nobody, like, no person, and like they come up and all of a sudden they just put a sticker on you. It just says like helper.
It's like a music festival. You get scanned in, scanned out.
Yeah, it's like you have a wristband on. Yeah, they come and put a wristband on you. It just says like extra help. You try and leave early. They're just like, no, man, you can't leave.
No.
Again, just as the funerals, there's definitely going to be a lengthy legal document that you will have to sign before you can enter the wedding. However, in some of these proposals, we're hoping to improve the incentive to go to said wedding so that you will be okay with potentially getting screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a risk.
It's like a contest.
Yep. All right. So
This coming from the man who described his ideal wedding as a circus.
yes.
Molly still does not let me forget that.
So prize wheel is my number one on there.
Prize wheel. I'm all about the prize wheel. What kind of prizes would you have though? Because you say you're having a $5,000. You're having punishments. Mm-hmm. What else are we having?
So you're gonna have
I'm
punishments.
thinking first in line for a buffet,
Yeah, there's definitely gonna be things that
That's-
are non-monetary,
but are still very valuable.
super valuable.
Yeah. No, I'm all about that. Like if I find out, hey, we like me and my party of 2 or 3 or however many I have get to be the next in line after the wedding party for food. I mean, I'm all in. I'm all about that.
Yep. Extra bottle of wine at your table.
That's another good one.
That's easy because then you have one of the punishments be no wine for you. You're like, oh man. All right, fair is fair.
I love that. I love the symmetry of that. Just
We're keeping it neutral. But yeah, so you're gonna have things like that. Valet parking.
all of a sudden somebody comes and puts a wristband on you that says you can't drink at all. Ooh, designated driver.
Yeah.
You just like spin the wheel. They're like, you get to be the designated driver. Oh man, there's like a fleet of vans out there that you have to drive people home in.
And there's going to be great ones if you're an extrovert and great ones if you're an introvert. Like, for instance, it could be a prize or a punishment. If you spin the wheel and it says, congratulations, you're going to get to teach everyone one dance.
Well, I was gonna say, for me, what would be a great one is if I won the ability to not have to perform any small talk for the evening. I could just point to this little badge and was just like, "Hey, no small talk.
Oh.
I'll see you later."
Yep.
I mean, there would definitely be repercussions on me later for not engaging in any small talk.
But
But I mean, for that night, it would
it's
be
your
perfect.
happy day.
Yeah, it's my day. The happy couple comes up. Oh, how's it going? Look at the badge. No small talk from me. Peace out. Ooh, the ability to leave early.
Yeah.
And that way, if the person that won that, I mean, somebody's going to be coming up to them and they're going to be like, dude, I got to get that. I got an early day tomorrow. Oh, yeah? What's it going to cost you?
Well, and that's the thing. You're going to have side
There's a
bets.
little
You're going to have
auction.
trading. Auction. Well, let's talk about the auction because that actually is number 2 on my list. Is the auction. You should be able to buy things. Now, the money all goes to the bride and groom, or groom and groom, or bride and bride, whatever. And one of them is going to be giving away the bride.
Oh, wow.
No. You think just because you're her biological father and raised her whole life, you get to do that? Excuse me.
So when is
I got
this all,
20 bucks
when is
that
this
says
all
no.
taking place?
This is all going to be just beforehand.
I think no. See, I've actually thought of this. I think this is the rehearsal dinner.
Oh, but not all the guests are at the rehearsal dinner.
Maybe they need to show up.
Yeah.
Maybe because once this is all sorted out, I mean, you need to sort this out the day before. Some of it could
Some of
could
it
be the day
before.
of, but some of it should be the day before. Well, I also have this other idea. Now we'll get to one of my ideas.
Okay, if I can interject real fast, I
What?
think maybe having it be when you're being seated, because that way you can't say like, "Oh no, I had to go to the hospital, I couldn't make it." You roll that wheel the second your butt hits the seat, and then you're locked in, and
Well,
then you can't leave.
This is the reasoning why, because I also want to have competitive seating.
Oh, okay.
I want there to be a competition. The rehearsal dinner is going to be actually like almost like pre-wedding. Mm-hmm. Like if you're really invested in going to this wedding, you got to show up 2 days.
Like Black Friday.
Yeah.
You're just some guy with a tux, like sleeping in a tent.
There's definitely going to be professional wedding goers in this scenario because there's going to be people who are just so good at going to weddings and like winning prizes / being good at small talk that they just professionally go around like seeing the wedding announcements.
They do
showing
the
up.
circuit.
You might, yeah, you might have the rehearsal dinner like a week before, depending. I don't know the logistics of it. It will be everybody's choice, but there's definitely going to be competitive seating, which means competitions, for sure. I also, then this is the more punitive element that I'm bringing in because it's me and I love punitive elements. There's going to be bubble. There's going to be teams on the bubble. This is, I mean, apt, because we are just about to start the NCAA tournament, and there are bubble teams. Are these teams going to make it? Are they not? There's a play-in game. Well, if you're in the bubble seating, you just you're close, but you're not quite haven't merited an invitation. This is a good thing because one, we're going to sort out who actually gets to come to this wedding. Two, if you don't get invited, well, it's your own fault. You didn't do good enough in the bubble competitions.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a combination of like trivia, maybe some physical challenges. I'm not quite sure. We need to invent. We will have to invent an entire game.
Feats
and
of strength.
this will be the entertainment during the rehearsal dinner.
Oh, okay.
So the bride and groom are seated with the party and all of their like. There will be certain people who obviously will be exempted from this. They will be sitting there like royalty, while the serfs down below are fighting it out to see if they even get to go to this wedding.
And you'd have some people who are professional wedding goers.
Yeah.
Who'd be like, I mean, Martha, you and I were roommates in college and you're real sweet, but you're still going to have to beat Cable and Laser from American Gladiators to get up here.
Either that, or people are going to start hiring these professional wedding goers to like go in their stead.
Oh. Kind of like how you pay someone to wait in
Yeah,
line for you.
Like Uncle Joe's like old. He's on the bubble. He's like, this is really important to me. And he's like, I send a proxy. I nominate my proxy as Elmo Saint Vicious. And then all of a sudden this giant dude comes out. He's all ripped. He's like, he will be fighting in my stead at the wrestling competition.
Right.
So one, we're creating new jobs.
Which is
That's
important.
very important. Two, we're creating an element of entertainment. Just showing up to the rehearsal dinner is going to be an event of itself. Obviously, in the competitive seating, there's going to be bribes. For sure.
Yes.
Just like the NCAA tournament for real.
Yes.
Bribery will take place. This is another way that the happy couple gets to enrich themselves along with the family. Like Uncle Joe's like, I'm on the bubble. But you know what? Maybe instead of spending that money on Elmo St. Vicious, which is a great name, by the way, I'm just going to donate to $5,000 to the happy couple.
Yeah.
Of my own free will. I don't expect anything in return.
But if I happen to get great seating, first go at the buffet.
Yeah, if I happen to win just some things, I mean, that would just make my day.
I really like this. I feel like that there has to be like a trifecta or a triple crown variety where it's like you gave away the bride, you caught the bouquet, and you won the auction to be the ring bearer. And if you get that, it's like, oh, now you're like high level.
There's like a higher levels prize wheel.
Or you get exempt from the rehearsal dinner for the next one in that family. So if you're like, oh man, dude, there's $4 in this family. You better believe I'm going all out on the first one.
Yeah,
I'm going to ride that coattail all the way.
Right. Or like, yeah, there should be some carryover. Like you're in somebody's wedding or you like are, and then when they get married, you've earned some sort of exemption or something that you can cash in.
Just like how if I help somebody move,
then they have to help you move.
I'm going to be calling on you to help me move. And if you don't, you're going to know where you sit,
Well, there's already a little bit of that. Like you're in somebody's wedding, they expect you to have them in your wedding. I mean, certain exceptions apply, but for the most part, if you are in somebody's wedding, they will at least anticipate an invitation to be in the wedding.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and just cross off this one. It's a quickie. Ring bears.
Ring bears.
Yes.
BEAR.
Yes.
Ring bears.
Got that one from a How I Met Your Mother episode
That's
where he had actual black bears.
That would be amazing.
And it was cubs, and they were so cute. Ring bears, or in this kind, any kind of charismatic megafauna that you want. Pandas, moose, for sure.
I'm all about it. I think that there should be an obligatory fireworks show at the end of every wedding. As the happy couple leaves, like part of it is just we're blasting off like $2,000 worth of fireworks. And then everybody in the nearby vicinity would be like, oh, somebody just got married. That's so sweet.
Much better than releasing balloons into the atmosphere
Yeah, that's
to like
stupid.
get clogged in power lines and cause
Also,
outages for
I
the
mean-
greater Tysonic area.
Also, we're getting more into the American tradition of just like showing show of
Yeah,
force,
right.
Explosives, setting explosives and fires off to celebrate. What's your next one?
I have a really good one. This might actually be one of my favorite ones so far. So for speeches, there's going to be a speech section.
That would also be available for auction / prize wheel.
Yes, but it's going to get complicated. Everyone in the wedding party has to give a short speech. Okay.
Has to give a
Has
short-
to. Has to give a short speech.
Why?
This is important because it's going to be truth serum roulette.
What?
One of the champagne glasses is laced with truth serum,
Whoa.
and that is going to make
Things are going to get real.
super real. And if you're in the middle of a speech, you only got 2 minutes. But if they're like, "Oh my gosh, Becky, I love you so much, even though I'm super jealous of you right now," and they're like, "She's the one. Have you ever?"
Yeah,
if you were to ask questions and, "Oh no, yes, I mean I have cheated on my taxes, and yeah, I do think I look prettier than her." But
The police are just there, just like some guy's just like writing down the whole thing. He's recording the entire event for just in case some juicy tidbits come out. I was also going to say that would almost give everybody a free pass in the party, though, to just say whatever's on their mind.
Oh, and they say, "Oh, it's not my fault. I was on truth
I
serum."
was on the truth serum, but like 5 of you just,
people had truth serum, sure.
like all 5 of you said the bride looked fat. Yeah, I'm sure.
But that just adds to the event and spectacle, which you can say, hey, that's not making it better for the bride and groom, but it is putting more butts in the seats, which is getting
True,
you money.
might see some stuff. I think that again there would be bribery allowed in this because see, for all the punishment we're giving the bride and groom and their family, there is a lot of monetary gain. I mean, there's
Tons.
tons of bribery that's going to be happening.
You should be making money on your wedding if you're doing this
is
right.
the point, is that you're making money on the whole deal. Like, yeah, there should be some definite like trading going on and swapping of secrets and all sorts of things. So yes, I believe in that, and this brings me to a good segue into one of my other things. I definitely think that the wedding party, now your gifts is going to go way up because there's making all this money. So the obligation for the gift that you get when you're in the wedding has got to be higher. So now we're going to have competitions to see who gets to be in the wedding party.
Oh, like to prove who's the best friend?
Well, any of it, really. Yeah, but if you're maiden of honor or your best man, I mean, that present is better.
Oh, and it can
And
be
I mean-
even non-monetary, like I'll take your trash out or I'll mow your lawn for a year.
Or just you're exempt from the truth serum.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's some definite stuff going on here. So I think maybe that ceremony would be held in private earlier on, but that's definitely happening. And you could sell tickets to that as well.
You could.
Yeah. Maybe put them through some scenarios, like the girl's like, "Oh no, I can't find my flowers, and the flowers that I did find don't match the ensemble of the thing. What do you do? Clock is ticking, Gloria."
You just have Tim Gunn make it work. You have to make your own bridesmaid's dress in 1 hour before, and the whole thing's televised.
Yeah, the whole thing is televised. Maybe there's like a speech giving section where it's like, or like describe like you have 20 minutes to come up with an itinerary for the bachelorette party.
America's Next Top Bridesmaid.
Yeah, right. For the guys, it would be something like, it's the bachelor party. He's totally wasted. He's saying things he shouldn't say. He's saying he's gonna call the bride and hitting on the waitress. What do you do?
You go through some like VR experience.
He's totally traumatized. He's got a knife in his leg for some reason. Get it out. What is happening?
So I like that. One other thing I also had an idea for is a lot of times in these larger venues, there's more than one wedding going on at once, especially at these hotels and things. Like you have to say, "Oh, well, I'm part of the McKinsey party," and like go to that wedding.
Yes, especially in summer.
And there's another one down the hall. How about one couple can challenge another couple to a showcase showdown. You have to guess the total value of your gifts, which we'll keep a tally of.
So then you lose all the gifts.
If you are within 100, you get 100,000 or whatever, who knows. You get both. You can win both.
That would be intense.
That would be heartbreaking and also amazing. It would set you up for the rest of your life, potentially. You could just sell all that stuff off again.
I don't think people would go for that, though, because there's so much you could lose.
There is, but someone would.
Unless it's televised.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Then there's gonna be something that you're gonna get out of it that people are gonna be willing to risk it.
Or you could even do like a shopper spree, like that one where you have to run through the supermarket sweep,
right.
Where you get one shopping cart and you get to run through your gift aisle and you can only pick out whatever you can carry in the shopping cart.
Or it's like find the most expensive gift they received. Yeah. That's definitely a TV show. I mean, some of this is already lending itself to television.
Yeah.
How we're not reality television producer megastars, I don't know.
I still can't figure out how I'm not famous yet.
I've
been around for 30 years.
There's no way that we should be famous, but we should definitely be rich.
Yeah. I should definitely be rich trophy husband somewhere.
Yeah. Well, you're well on your way to the trophy husband part. I mean,
Thank you.
your value to society is very minimal.
Thank you.
But you do look good.
While we're speaking of gifts, though, there should be a rating of gifts.
Oh.
And I'm thinking that, like, it's going to get opened. People are going to be aware of it. Like 20 at random, let's say.
No, I'm actually thinking that what you're onto is brilliant because then there's an online catalog of the rating of the gifts that people are receiving, i.e., hey, let's look at the gift registry rating. Oh, I see here, Itchy Jim. His rating out of 5, he gets a 4.5 out of 5 for his wedding gifts. We don't know what they were. We just know it's a 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Lifetime. Whereas, I mean, your pal Tony over here, he's getting a 2.5 to 3.
Great mobster names, by the way. Pulling from past episodes, I can tell.
At any rate, I mean that Tony might find himself on the bubble.
Automatically,
Yeah, because of his gift giving abilities.
And it should be like an award show where you have this year for best gift we have, and then worst gift, and then funniest. So it doesn't have to be expensive, but if you have the funniest, then you're fine. But if you're second funniest, you didn't spend a whole lot on that, did you?
Yeah, there might be a little intermission in the whole thing.
Yeah,
These weddings
this is
would
going to
be
be an
all-day
all-day
affair.
affair.
Yeah, I
I
mean-
was just going to say.
I mean, maybe people are eating, they're taking a little break. Maybe they show a film. Again, there's bouncers preventing people from really, truly leaving. Maybe when you come, your car keys are confiscated.
Yeah, valet parking is part of it, but
There's a reason for that.
there's a reason for that, so you can't leave early.
So, I
And
mean-
childcare. Let's just say childcare also, because if it's gonna be an all-day affair, kids need to be able to go and get their energy out somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Totally. I mean, this venue is going to have to be a lot nicer.
Yeah.
They would come back and they'd be like, they've opened all the gifts, and the nominees for funniest gift, Aunt Margie for this surprisingly sensual teddy. Uncle Andy, who seems to have forgotten this was a wedding, and gave us a child's toy. No, this is not a bar mitzvah.
Right. And the category for worst gifts we have
Oh,
Itchy Jim, who gave, we're not sure if it's a dog toy or some other kind of toy. Anyways, it's going in this category. We also have
serrated blade. He's like, that's a great gift. I don't know what you're talking about.
a Weird Al Yankovic album.
Oh, this one, the eye gouger. What? All of a sudden, the people in the worst gifts are asked to stand up and they're moved to their own table. It's all of a sudden labeled worst gift givers.
Right.
Ooh, that would be rough.
There's no direct view. You're last in line for the
Public
buffet.
shaming. Yeah, even though you'd won that ability before, now you've lost it because
Yep.
your gift was too bad.
Yep.
Whoa.
Remember, guys, it's not the thought that counts. It's the monetary value.
This brings me to some rules, though, because if we're going to be humiliating people, etc., there's going to be some punishments now for these people who are actually doing the wedding.
Yes.
Because it's not all about them.
No.
Ceremony. There is a time limit now. It will be imposed strictly.
Oh yeah.
It will be mandatory that anybody who goes over the time. I mean, the wedding's just over. Like it's over. Like the ceremony's over. Too bad. There's a guy with an air horn that goes off.
I was just thinking that like high school basketball games where there's like a cock and a sorry, clock hit 0. You are out of time.
Wrap it up. You have 30 seconds to pronounce them man and wife. After this, you will be escorted off the premises.
Which is why you have a backup minister or priest
who's
who
like just-
also is an auctioneer. Yeah. Do you do? Say I do.
I do. Man and wife.
Kiss the bride. Hey, sold. Sorry.
Wrong one. That was not about anything, but it's just the wrong one.
This is a commentary on women being property in today's society. Nope, have a different job. That's all.
Yeah. Speeches, likewise, time limit. If you go over the time limit, you get the hook. You lose some privileges, perhaps. This is to prevent the long, boring speech that just goes on and on and on.
Is there exceptions?
I think that there could be exceptions. One, I think you could buy an exception, which would be like punishment for everybody else.
But it depends how good the speech is, because
No, but some people would just buy it just so they could filibuster.
oh,
Which is probably what I would do.
I see that.
remember when I was young, I used to wear an onion around my belt, which was the style at the time. I remember this because bees used to have pictures of bumblebees on them, or quarters, or whatever. It's like some Simpsons
Yeah.
thing, like long, boring stories.
yeah, that have no ending and
Yeah,
no
just-
point.
Yeah, what was I saying? Oh, yes, I had to go to Shelbyville to get a new sole for my shoe. Give me 3 bees for a quarter, you'd say. You're just like, what is happening?
Because I know Molly's dad is known for his long speeches.
In full disclosure, there was actual gambling on his speech length.
Yes, there was.
I guessed 11 minutes, and I was short.
by a bit.
Somebody won like $50.
They did.
So, I mean, I'm practicing what I preach over here. That's
Yep.
all I'm saying.
Yep.
There would definitely be gambling for sure on length. Mm-hmm. There would be betting. Like you would come in and off to the right, there'd be the booths, and you'd see people going in and putting their slips in and whatever else.
You're betting on who's going to cry during the ceremony, but you can definitely mess with it. There's just some guy in the front row cutting onions, like, just grinding them up with a fan blowing toward the front.
Because there's going to be so much money involved in this thing, you're definitely going to be able to sell off sponsorship.
Yeah.
Please, just an MC comes out. He's like, "Thank you and thank you and welcome to the Johnson wedding, proudly brought to you by McDonald's. Now featuring fresh beef in their quarter pounders. That's good."
Right. Or could be like and this is the announcement or pronouncement of the man and wife. They are going to be leaving here, going directly to their honeymoon, brought to you by Trojan Condoms. And they're like, what? Not the time, man. Nope. We paid for the sponsorship. We have a 30-second ad, and we will use it.
I will tell you.
Speaking of 30 seconds, what?
Please stop.
It's a toast, not a roast.
Right. Here's some other rules I would like to propose. Destination weddings are banned unless you are providing travel for everybody.
Agreed.
Because that is more punishment for anybody who has to like go out of their way to find a way to get to some place. It's just a pain in the butt.
If you do a destination wedding, I am just going to
just elope.
send you like a $25 gift
If you're
card.
doing
and
a
that's it.
destination wedding, elope.
Yeah.
Just elope.
Yep.
Get married and go to your destination.
Yep.
That's what I would do. Also, with certain exceptions, I think separate venues are banned as well. Too much driving. I think there needs to be a minimum distance between one or the other. It's too much.
I've been to some weddings that have shuttles. And I was like, I'm not a huge fan of the shuttle. It is convenient because it makes parking a lot easier.
Yeah.
But then you can only leave
via
when the shuttle leaves.
Well,
or you
the
Uber it.
only thing about that is that in this scenario you'd want the shuttle
Because they can't leave.
because now you're just like, sorry, shuttles aren't running. You can't go. Where are we going? We're just driving in circles. We're confusing their their sense of direction.
You confiscate
What's
everyone's
happening?
cell phones.
I think that probably does happen at certain rich people's weddings.
The exit is just a escape room.
Right.
Like,
You have to solve a series of clues. Oh man,
You can
And
get
then
out early,
and that
but-
would be live streamed up, like for everybody else that are like watching it. Like they're like, oh, I see the the McHenrys are trying to leave early. They have just entered the escape room, and they're like, you see them, and like their baby's crying, and they're like trying to solve the puzzle. They're arguing.
I just imagine
It's closed captioned by somebody somehow.
I imagine that it's just like somewhat of a Fear Factor episode 2. They're like, oh, you got seated by snakes. It's like, I just got bit. Oh no. Someone call 911. Not before you do the escape room. Hurry, Nana. Remember, time is tissue.
The antidote is in one of these puzzles. solve the riddle. Like, I can't see.
We'll give you the antidote now, but you also have to take it with the truth serum. It's like,
right?
someone's like, trade me.
Yeah, right? Oh my gosh. That would be just so. That'd be great. That would be on the screen while you're, like the rest of the wedding's going on. So you're like, I'm a little bored, and all of a sudden you look over and you see all the people who are trying to leave. Like,
Yeah, Jumbotron's needed.
yeah, right. So like there'd be like in each exit would be you wouldn't even know what would happen. So like you'd go into one to be escape room. The next one is just it's just a hallway, but there's a sumo wrestler in there. You have to get past to get to the shuttle.
And you can rush them. If you get enough people.
Quick, Charlie, rush him. How do you rush him? He's huge. I can't get him. Hey, look over there. No, there's like there's a sumo wrestler, and they give you like 3 random items. You're like, what does this have to do with anything? There's like a small, like, I don't know, piece of string and like a pencil and some other random thing, and they're like, oh, if you'd only realized that all he had to do was like make a flag, he would have gotten by for free. There's one where you have to solve a riddle. I love it.
I would love this so much.
I feel like, yes, that is, man. Well, that's another more incentives to stay at the end. These venues, though, would have to be very elaborate. I mean, think about that.
Yeah.
Like, you'd have to have, like, ability to have trap doors and like, all sorts of crazy stuff.
It's like, where's this wedding being held? Oh, the island of Dr. Monroe.
Right?
And it's like, I thought we said no destination weddings.
The transport's
no, that's
free.
just the name of the place.
But the transport's free also. I mean, they'll come and pick you up. But even so, I'm a little nervous.
You have to fill out just a ton of surveys before you go.
There's a there's a health information one.
And there's a bunch of
What
ones
are
on
you
the
allergic to?
Yeah. Do you have any nut allergies? Are you able to swim? How long can you hold your breath? And you're like,
It's getting more and more sinister.
and some of them are just to mess with you, but some of them are really, really important. So please don't lie.
If a bunch of snakes fell on you, would you die?
Right.
How much weight do you think you could support before your knees would buckle? Let's see here. Oh, we were talking about auctions earlier, and I let this slip by. There should be certain things that are not allowed to take place. Asking the couple when they're going to have a kid.
Oh yeah.
That's banned.
That's
However, you can buy an exemption at the auction.
Yes.
Like Aunt Lizzie, she's the only one that can ask. Mm-hmm. She can ask you every day, all day long if she wants to. Nobody else can, but she can. I definitely think we need to auction off the godparent role when and if the happy couple does have a child.
And then an unfortunate accident.
Well, there would be stipulations to that too. But I definitely that would be a good way for you to recoup some of your money. Mm-hmm. The other thing that's about this that would makes it much more TV worthy too is, one, obviously there's going to be a lot of emotion involved in this.
Yeah.
2, there's a possibility you throw this giant wedding and you're just not getting the bids that you need. And so they're like, all of a sudden it's like those those History Channel shows where they're like, oh no, the Johnsons have invested $50,000 in this wedding and have only made 32 at the auction. With the biggest prizes coming up, will they see an increase or will their dream wedding go down in flames? Come back next week. I'd be hooked to that show.
Absolutely. I'd never leave the house.
Meanwhile, over the escape room, the McHenrys are still stuck. The wedding's been over for 3 hours.
But they can't figure out that clue.
There's no. I just want to go home.
See, this lends itself to a TV show so well. We already have Say Yes to the Dress, and we have a bunch of other ones. Let's have this be, and you can have 3 different weddings going on each week.
Yeah.
And we're checking in with the Johnson family.
You're just going back from one to the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. This is killer TV.
This is great TV.
Getting somebody to sign up for this basically torture session. I mean, people go on Jerry Springer, so it's got to be doable.
Honestly, I would totally send this to I would almost give up my rights to this idea just to see it come to fruition.
For any NBC executives out there,
Yeah.
I will not recede my rights.
This is TBS at best. We know this.
Right? Yeah. Anybody who wants to make this, Daffs has just given up all his rights to me. So talk to me, and I'll make a deal with you. I think we've just about covered it. And I think we've helped a lot of happy couples start their lives off with a real bang. And maybe some people end their lives with a real bang.
I think this is going to be golden.
I think this was a great episode, and for those of you who made it through the 40-minute episode, congratulations. I'm sure that you have really enjoyed your time on this classic Rick and Daffs episode.
And as always, if you think we missed or overlooked something, you're probably wrong, but you can always write to us and complain at rickanddaffs@gmail.com.
And how do they spell that?
I believe it's just Rick Daffs. No, Rick and Daffs.
Rick and Daffs, and Daffs is DAFS.
Yes.
At gmail.com.
That is correct. Also, comment to us on Facebook, YouTube, anything.
Yeah, totally. All right. Well, I think that just about does it. I'm Rick.
I'm Daffs.
Have a good one.